Welcome back to Taiwan Outlook. Joining us today is Mr. Huang Tian-Lin, former National Policy Advisor to the President of Taiwan. Mr. Huang, we've been talking about the exchanges between the two sides of Taiwan Strait. And many people in Taiwan are very hopeful that we could open up our tourist market to the Chinese mainlanders coming to Taiwan, and that they believe could revitalize Taiwan's economy. What do you think about that kind of hopes or expectations on the part of Chinese people?
Of course, you liberalize it, we somewhat revitalize some and also boost some domestic spending.
Yeah.
But so I don't oppose to allow the Chinese tourists to come in.
Yeah.
But if this is if they have some preconditions,
Yeah.
so-called, before allowing them to come in, the government should allow the so-called weekend charter.
Yeah.
That is, means a direct flight.
Yeah. Weekend charter flights.
Yeah, charter. Oh, it's some weekend. So
Okay.
every
day.
it's every day. So it means a direct flight.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're also asking the government to free and legalize the exchange of the renminbi.
Okay.
If these two get it together as a deal, then I will oppose that.
So it's related to the other two issues:
Yes.
exchange rates, exchange system, and also the charter flights.
Charter
between the two
flight.
sides.
Okay. The reason is, if this is a precondition, then take for instance of the direct flight. I already explained that. This will increase our people to go to China more frequently, more easily. Okay. So in the weekend, they go to Shanghai and spend there. And so they predict, actually, the government predicted that they will increase Taiwanese people to go over there by around 1.6 times. It means more, 2 million more people will go over there, Shanghai, to spend. And how much they can spend for 2 million people a year? It means around 32 billion a year. More spend.
NT dollars?
NT dollars.
Okay.
Yes. And allowing this to come in, they are now expecting 1,000 people a day. Okay. So multiply 365, and everybody spend maybe 30,000 and altogether. Then one year, their domestic spending, they can boost our domestic spending around 11 billion. So compares 32 billion to 11 billion. So this is actually a benefit China, is not benefit Taiwan. So maybe some hotels can boost their business, but some hotels, that's maybe the local oriented hotels, will lose a lot of business to them. So not only this, if they liberalize the so-called, not only the liberalize, they legalize their exchange. As I said, if everybody try to invest in 20,000 renminbi, okay, 20,000, this is the amount the government allow a tourist to bring back to our country. So everybody go to Shanghai and bring back 20,000 renminbi and come back to invest in that.
So we'll lose more than gain more.
Lose more our capital, not only the less spending, less invested in Taiwan, and also more investment in China. So according to their survey, if we, after the direct links, we invest around 1.9 times of the investment. Okay, it means around we will invest in China around 300 billion a year. So this is really tremendous a loss for Taiwan. So I welcome you to open Chinese tourists to come in, but without no preconditions. No liberalizing of the Chinese yuan's exchange, and also no direct links.
But that would make the tourism more difficult, right? If you cannot exchange your money here, if you cannot have direct flights and so on. So maybe we won't have too many people coming to Taiwan.
What? I think still, U.S. tourists coming here, they have to fly more than 11 hours to come to Taipei, and even the indirect flight is only 4 hours.
Yeah.
So it's actually very convenient for Chinese people to come in.
Yeah.
And I cited that even Japanese tourists has always been the biggest group to come in Taiwan. But we didn't legalize the exchange of the Japanese yen until 1990.
All right.
Yes.
So you argue that if the Chinese tourists want to come to Taiwan, they can use U.S. dollars, Japanese yen instead of
yes,
RMB.
they can come over there, then exchange into Taiwan dollars, just like the Japanese tourists did before.
Okay. How about possible social, even security impacts of the opening up of our tourist market to the Chinese mainlanders?
Well, I'm not a security person, but I don't know. But anyhow, if the more people come in, and because you know China is not friendly to Taiwan, so maybe we call this rather an enemy. Okay.
Yeah.
So we should be very careful. They maybe infiltrate in Taiwan the society.
That's right.
So we should spend more in our security.
But other countries are also having concerns about this kind of Chinese tourists. How about Japan? What are their experiences in opening up their tourist market to the Chinese mainlanders?
Yeah, that's what I learned from newspaper. Yes, Japanese is very strict to the Chinese tourists. So even though they are still considerably more strict restrictions for their Chinese tourists to come into Taiwan, but not into Japan. Okay. So Japanese security is now getting worse because of their opening to the Chinese tourists.
Yeah, I understand your concerns about the human outflow or even capital outflows of Taiwan into the Chinese market. But how about, as a result of this direct flights between the two sides, but how about direct cargo flights between the two sides? Because there are growing demands for direct cargo flights between Taiwan and China. Do you think that Taiwan should or can open up this kind of policy?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yes. I don't care that, and I actually want this can happen. The quicker, the better. But
do you think that China is now unwilling to open up the
I don't think so. Yeah. Why? They want to tie up. But their purpose is to absorb Taiwan, to take Taiwan economically. Yes. They so-called to using the economy to assist so-called unification. Yes.
How about open up some of the high-tech sectors of their policy to allow them to go to invest in China market? Do you think that's a good policy? Because there have been discussions or debates about to relax some restrictions over the technology transfer from Taiwan to China.
Of course, that is a 8-inch wafer. Yes, that is a big issue. And it was discussed in 2002, yes, early part of 2002. And after all of the debate, the government finally come to a so-called effective management.
That's right.
They restrict the investment to China is only 3 factories. Yes, 3 cases is allowed. Okay, and only can allow it after this company who want to invest in China should have so-called 12 inches wafer factories in Taiwan and in the process mass production. So this is a good so-called effective management. So they effectively controlled the big flow of our capital to China, and so that is so. Now Taiwan is become the biggest and the largest number of now have the largest number of the 12-inch wafer factory in Taiwan. That is very successful, and I would say that the most failure the present government suffered is the so-called aggressive opening. They proposed in 2001. Yes, 2001. Yes, and in that policy, they liberalized investment by notebooks companies and some IC industries. Yes. So, in 2001, at that time, before the liberalization of the investment by our the IC industries, the 93% of the notebook was manufactured in Taiwan. And only 4% was manufactured in China. But in 2002, we liberalized it. Then a big flow of the investment of the IC industries. Then in 2005, then at that time, around 83% of the notebooks manufactured is in China. And Taiwan was left only maybe 10% or less. And the last year, we already no more any productive line in Taiwan. So this means if we liberalize it and without any restrictions or management, good management, this will be disastrous to Taiwan's industry.
So in general, you are for a more stricter export control policy over especially the high-tech sector?
Not export. Export is okay. If you product, you can export over there. What I am talking about investment.
Investment.
Yes. Why we should invest in Taiwan? Yeah, invest in China. Yes. We can invest in Taiwan, then we can export to China.
How about technological transfer from Taiwan to China?
If we did invest, they will not transfer. If we invest, of course, they will transfer the techniques to there. Now, I always cite the Korean case. Korean did not invest so much into China, and instead they trade. Yeah, they trade instead of the investment. So the total investment by Korean companies is around only 1/10 of Taiwan's. But last year, Koreans' exportation to China is much more than our exportation. So their policy is very successful. And we should have some restrictions. Korean's government do not need to restrict the Korean company to invest in China because they speak Koreans. The China for Korean company is completely foreign. But Taiwan is different because we same language, same culture, and we are so small, and also a lot of people was educated to become a good Chinese.
That's right.
So we should have some restrictions. Otherwise, China will become our black hole.
Yeah. But another issue that is very controversial is about whether we should allow the mainlanders, the Chinese, to come to Taiwan to purchase real estates. Do you think we should do that?
Well, in some cases, I've said yes. Yes, we are also allowing the Americans, allowing the Japanese come here in case of course, some restrictions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can apply the same restrictions to that, and also maybe a little bit stricter.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and eventually they are not friendly country to us. They try to invade Taiwan and try to infiltrate Taiwan. So we should be very careful and have more restrictive measures to be taken. But basically, we can allow them to come in. Yes.
But given the current economic relationship between Taiwan and China, which is closer and closer, do you think it is still too late, or it's already too late for us to implement some sort of effective management policy?
Never too late, because the economist is actually the people. So far as people there, they will work every day. They can accumulate the capital. They can accumulate their skills. So if we have, of course, we already let too many capitals fled to China, but still every year we are accumulating and generating our new capital. So if we can restrict the new capital to go over there, then soon we'll revitalize our economy. So I think if we can really impose the so-called aggressive management as proposed by our president, in 2 or 3 years, we will recover our past growth of maybe 8% or 7% of the economic growth.
Mr. Wang, thank you very much for giving us a very comprehensive and very insightful analysis of the economic relationship between Taiwan and China. Thanks for coming to the program.
Thank you very much for giving me such kind of opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for watching Taiwan Outlook. See you next week.